multiplication. That's all it is. Dividing is multiplication. I don't know. Did you do any of this last year, dividing, multiplying? No? Okay. When you divide two fractions, the very first thing you have to remember is you need to adjust it first. No factoring, no crossing out. You need to do one step at the very beginning every time you divide two fractions. Here's what I remember. Skip and flip. Other teachers have different little devices as well, but I remember skip and flip when I need to multiply. And what do I mean by skip and flip? You keep the first fraction the same, the skip, aka skip over it. So I keep the first fraction the same. Flip the second one. Skip the first, flip the second one. And does anybody else know the final change? The division changes into multiplication. And that's what we did yesterday. There's my teaching for today. All right, the new step, skip and flip. All right, so let's talk about this real quick, and then I'll let you guys go on, finish it in a minute. I just want to make sure we're okay on how I have this in my mind that you guys can factor very well and do these problems very well. It's just when I throw a hiccup in like this, you get nervous. How many times is y minus 3 happening?
2.
Twice, right? So write it twice. Don't, no, you're not there. Nope. That's not where you live. You write it twice. Y minus 3 times y minus 3. And then when I give you time to do this on your own in a minute, you guys can factor the rest and cross out. Okay, so everyone say anytime it's squared with the minus or plus, rewrite it twice for me. Rewrite it twice. We good so far? All right, again, I'm skipping around. Please don't do it. Please don't do it. You'll have plenty of time to finish it in a second. Go down to number 3 for me. Anybody see the traditional division sign? Because I don't. But how do I know this is a division problem? That's another symbol for what? Divide. Right? So if you don't like that, we can say the top divided by the bottom. That's what I'm doing. So I could still skip and flip. 15 x to the 4th, y to the 15th, over 25 xyz. What's the division change into? I multiply and I flip the second one. So now 30xz is on top, 10x to the 3rd, y squared is on the bottom. We did one in the assignment last night, if you tried it. Is there anything to factor here? Anybody see adding or subtracting? Me neither. So remember what I said yesterday in class? Instead of going like, oh, there's 4 here and 1 here and you'd have a ton of crossouts. Instead, remember what I recommended yesterday? Multiply across, rewrite it. Multiply across, rewrite it, then simplify it. All right, because it's going to be too much of a mess for many of you just trying to cross everything out. Okay, not yet. I'm going to let you go on your own here. It's a lot of practice time, trust me. I just want to make sure you're good with some of the traps. Look at number 4 for me. Okay, ready? Flip it, skip and flip for me. Times. Okay, so I skipped and flipped the second, turned it to multiplication. Get rid of the parentheses. Get rid of them. Now, do you see this is a different problem than what I had up here? Everyone see how this had subtraction and addition, so I rewrote it twice. Here, there is no addition or subtraction. So you can do this now. All right, just as long as there's no addition and subtraction, take care of those parentheses. So when I do that, 2x all squared, apply it to both. What am I going to end up with there here? Who's up next? 5, where am I here? Emma, what do I end up with there? So I do 2x all squared. It's going to end up being, apply the 2 to each of them, square each of them.
4x squared.
4x squared, so I want that in there. Mm-hmm. Everyone good? Now apply the 3 here. And what am I going to end up there? Use your calculator if you need it. 15, don't have one, I'm down 1. 4, Marty?
27.
Thank you for not saying 9. 27.
Y.
Good. Hey kids, do I have to do the same thing over here? Distribute that 3? No, because what's not there? Yeah, darn right. Parentheses. Just leave the darn thing alone. Anything to factor? No? Right? So you can do the same thing I asked you to do over here. Top times top, bottom times bottom, then simplify. We all good? Okay. Let me just take a peek at the other ones you're going to do. Anything I got to worry about? We just went over something like that. Other than the factoring is going to get hardcore on 5 and 7. All right, but that's about it. All right, so I really need you guys to practice. And I don't mind it if you guys want to separate and work with other people that aren't in your group. I'm fine with that too, but expect me to come around and sit with everybody, groups or individuals, to make sure you're doing these correct. All right, I will put the answer key up on the board here, 1 through 7, but no work. All right, so if your answer doesn't match mine, hey, you might want to raise that paw and I'll come over. Okay, good? All right, so you guys, as long as you're working on this, you're seniors, I can trust you. I hope that you're focused on the assignment. All right, so if you want to separate, work with other people, I'm fine with that, but expect me to come along and take a seat next to you to see how you're doing. Okay, let's roll. Please make sure you're checking your answers as you go along. Let's get focused on the assignment. If you get stuck, let me know. Yep, coming over in a second. Just let me get the answer key up here. Be careful, you might have to factor twice sometimes.
And then there's still a 3. How do you get? Like, you guys let me know and tell me.